how deeply do you trust the unfoldment of your life? How deeply do you trust this process? How deeply do you trust the natural flow of life? How deeply do you trust nature? How deeply do you trust your own core instincts? How deeply do you trust your own intuition? How deeply do you trust these unexplainable, right, seemingly unexplainable forces that call out to you over and over and over and over again? Do you listen to them? Do you fight against them? A lot of our life we spend fighting against life in the form of mental, emotional, and even physiological resistance. Our mind says this shouldn't be happening. Right? We feel things, and we don't actually really feel them. We avoid the feelings. Feelings arise and we just run, we escape, we distract ourselves from them. We tense up our bodies. We hold it in such inorganic, inauthentic ways, and holding patterns. Right? These are three distinct ways that we resist life. Why? Really, there's no point to resisting life, especially as grown adults. These resistance patterns were developed in childhood in order to protect us from pain, but as grown adults, we can really begin to let these things go and just trust life. Trust in the very natural and organic flow of it. And it's going to trigger us. You can check out my video, The World is Going to Bring Out Your Triggers. Right? But you can use your triggers to actually heal yourself even deeper. Right? Look at how you relate to life. Look at how you relate to your triggers. Look at how you view them. How do you relate to your own resistance? Do you think it's all facts when you say this isn't how it should be? Do you hold that as actually true? Of course it's false. It's what's how could that be true? This experience shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. Who are you to say what should or shouldn't be happening? What's happening is just happening. Why fight against it? It's such a waste of your energy. It creates so much suffering and discomfort. It creates so much disease, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual disease. We spend all of our lives avoiding what's really true about all facets of our existence. What reality really is, what this present experience really is. We're always avoiding the present experience. We're avoiding our true nature all the time. We're avoiding our own discomfort and our pain. We avoid our authentic expression, saying the things we really want to say. We repress ourselves, deny ourselves, gaslight ourselves. We have all these subconscious and unconscious wounds and trauma and patterns that just shoot ourselves in the foot. And they almost have us, as a species really, not everyone, many of us, the overwhelming majority of us, really we're kind of like zombies, just stuck in these patterns, just not even knowing that we're in them. Until you raise your consciousness, you can kind of break out of them. And you say, oh, I was stuck. It's almost like there was a filter. Right? It's almost like you were looking through life with a broken pair of glasses. Right? So how deeply do you just simply trust this experience? Trust where it's going to take you. Trust in your intuition of it, in what direction to move in. How much do you gaslight your own deepest instincts? Right? And the avoidance of your intuition, the avoidance of what your deepest instincts tell you to do, the avoidance of this present experience, the avoidance of yourself, all leads to a profound amount of suffering. And it's so unnecessary. All the suffering is telling you that, pay attention. Pay attention to this stuff. That's what it's doing. It's trying to grab your attention. It's trying to redirect you. right? Your feelings, your intuition, your emotions, all this stuff, sensations, the flow of life, it's talking to you. It's intelligent. It's not stupid in the way that our mind likes to think that it is, because our mind is so full of shit. It's overly dominant, relatively narcissistic, thinks it's so smart. Your mind doesn't know a damn thing. Your body's far wiser than your mind. Your intuition is far more intelligent than your mind. Your mind's very useful. But the human mind is very, very self-absorbed. It's very full of itself. It's very hypnotized by itself. And that's why we have to become aware of our thoughts, aware of these underlying patterns inside of us. Right? Our species thinks that we're so great. We're so wise and intelligent. We're such an intelligent species. But we can't even figure out how to live in harmony with our environment, or even within ourselves. How wise is that? We habitually disassociate and just avoid due to fear. Just repressed fear. And this pattern plays itself over and over and over again. Right? This pattern of avoidance really this is the theme of most human existence. Most of human existence. Just the avoidance of pain, chasing pleasure. We can actually address our pain head on and just see what was beneath it. We don't always have to just avoid these things that are going on inside of us because we're just afraid of them. We don't trust them. We can see what is really going on inside of us. Right? You actually need to give yourself the necessary attention. Right? Sit in some solitude. Give yourself your full attention. Right? Meditation. Right? Get the necessary connection from other people that you need as well. But dedicate time to just giving yourself the full attention that you need in a completely undistracted way. Why are we always escaping ourselves in the form of phone, entertainment, media, work, productivity, goals? This stuff is fine, but a lot of the things we do are just built on escaping the present moment. Isn't it very suspicious that our minds are always trying to escape the experience? Isn't that something to just be a little bit suspicious of? You can trust life. You're safe to trust life. You're safe to trust in nature, the flow of life, your intuition. That's the biggest point here, is that you're safe. A lot of our nervous systems are just stuck in survival-based responses, fight, flight, freeze. We don't regulate it. It leads to perceptions of just lack, scarcity, fear. We can't trust anything. You can surrender into this experience. This experience is supporting you. You can just allow yourself to exist as you are, releasing your mental, emotional, and physiological resistance. Your beliefs about this shouldn't be happening. You can really feel into what's going on in your body. You can allow the tension to just kind of open up. Slowly. You're free to just fully open up to this experience rather than always fighting and struggling against it. In every moment you have the option to open or to close, to surrender or to struggle. Right? It's completely futile to actually fight against the present experience, because it's just what's already happening. You're fighting against it is just like an extra suffering and just energy that you're wasting. It serves no real useful function. In fact, it does the exact opposite. It really just creates a lot of disease. In certain Zen traditions, Buddhist traditions, I believe in Zen, and a lot of masters would talk about mind identification, right? Really just identification with conditioning, and how it's a disease. They would refer to this as a mental illness, and I can't agree more. It really is. It's a delusional way of being. And all these resistance and avoidance patterns, they're baked into you almost, until you begin to really give them your full attention, really feel into them, right? And go through this process of just breaking them down until you're just naked awareness. You're just in existence. You're just being. You're not disconnected from your environment, from yourself. You're not escaping. You're not addicted to all sorts of things in order to avoid your pain. You're not just distracting yourself endlessly. That's it for this video. You can apply to work with me one-to-one. Link is in the pinned comment and the description. Take it easy.